So I'd just like to thank everybody, comrades and others for joining us here today at this very important event on political party funding. As mentioned by Karabo, I will be speaking mainly on the advocacy work that My VoteCounts and civil society has been engaging in for many years in fighting towards more transparency or towards transparency of political parties' private funding. So just to start off, in recent years we have seen many scandalous revelations, the VBS Bank, looted partly by political leaders in the ANC, the EFF and the SACP. And over a longer period, we have seen how the Gupta enterprise has captured our state and politicians. And both examples I've referred to have been exposed in terms of the detrimental impact it has had on our country, as self-interested businessmen enjoy the undue privilege of ease of access to an elite political network.
Political parties need money to survive and to do their work. But we've also seen that political parties peddle political influence. So political influence is also currency in political party funding.
Yeah, when it comes to funding, the key here is to reinstate the relationship between the voters and political parties. To say that if political parties are receiving bigger amount of money, it means that their relationship with the voters will most likely be infiltrated.
So you are going to see, such creative, cunning ways, of actually hiding, what we're actually doing. There's definitely not going to be political party funding.
Mrs. Buzi, why did the business community acted so late in terms of salvaging the SOEs and the metros? Were they not aware about the maladministration and the political interference that was happening in the SOEs?
For all this time, the business of business has just been business. Business has never taken a real interest, and I'm deliberately emphasizing the word real, because our interest in the socio-economic issues as business have been superficial, in my view. So we've never taken a real interest in terms of what happens in the socio-economic sphere. For the longest time, as business, we thought that it is the problem of government.
So for Busi, I just want to caution you against advocating for the Multi-Party Democracy Fund, because something that you must remember is that one can actually make anonymous donations to that fund. And that is something that we try to challenge, because, why is that loophole still being provided for in the Political Party Funding Act? There's no limit on donations you can provide to that fund, and the funding there is going to be allocated to all parties, but then it's how many millions can be allocated in secret.
In my 2 years at BLSA, no, I've not donated to the ANC, neither have I donated to any political party. So, and I'm not saying that BLSA has not, and unfortunately I can't answer for what BLSA has done, but I can answer for what BLSA is doing and what BLSA is going to do.
So we've been pushing on the disclosure by parties of the monies that they receive. But shouldn't we be complementing that with a push by business to disclose the contributions they make to parties?
There's going to have to be some form of advocacy in having, pushing institutions such as the JSE to force us as business to be more transparent when it comes to some of these things. But you see, the reason why you would pick up the annual financial statements of businesses and you won't see, of course you're not going to see a line item that says political party funding, right? But you are going to see consulting fees. You're going to see CSI. You are going to see donations to the trust that they may have created. Ralph spoke about it. A trust that they may have created, and through the trust, the money therefore flows back to the political party.
I'm not one to waste time. I think we should go home. We're all tired. But I think, mine is a very easy task. I think there's a clear picture that was painted today to simply say, I think back in 2012, My VoteCounts used to have a very interesting T-shirt that had 2 cycles that kind of merged in between, and it said money, politics equals ubupang. So those who direct translation, money and politics equals stupidity. And in essence, I think that statement reigns true for what we see. And I think we cannot afford to relent on taking our power back. So for me, I think the way forward for me would simply say, let's rally behind the campaign that My Vote Counts has. Let's rally behind all our different civil society organizations, keep an ear on the ground, and support all the fights that we are taking, whether legislatively, so whether campaigns on the ground. And I think one of the key things that we need to make sure that we do as a society moving forward is to go back to emasisweni. Let's organize, mobilize, educate, and antagonize. Thank you for coming, and hope to meet on the street as we chant down Babylon.